Happy Friday, my cash cow family. From you nowhere, come here by the sea, California, yeah, yeah, yeah. How about that thumbnail, kids? You didn't see that coming now, did you? I've been wanting to make this video, guys, for quite some time, and I was thinking last night, why not just do it today? So, guys, if you would like to hear the whole story of why your cash cow went to federal prison, I urge you to stick around for the whole video. Because, guys, this video and this story is kind of why I am here today in front of your beautiful faces. So anyway, guys, I know this is a little bit different content than you're normally seeing, but again, this is basically how I got my start in building websites, etc., etc. So do me a favor, guys, and like this video and share it with your family and friends. And make sure you stay tuned to the end, guys. I'll flip it around and we'll get this prison party started. Hey, it's me. Guys, when I went to edit the video, the screenshot of me speaking, which was all it was, anyway, it failed at about the 5-minute mark. So I've tried to figure out how to get it back. Unfortunately, after spending about 45 minutes trying to figure it out, I can't. And I'm not going to re-upload the video. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you're just going to be able to hear my voice, but there was nothing else. There was no images or anything like that anyway. But I do apologize. We haven't had this kind of hiccup in quite some time. But anyway, guys, I urge you to listen to the video because I think it might help some people down the road, and you'll learn more about me and why I'm here. So anyway, guys, I do apologize for that, but continue watching, please, or listening, I should say, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Did you miss me? Again, guys, this is my story of how I went to federal prison many years ago. But again, it's one of the reasons why you're seeing this beautiful face. Because had that not happened, I would not be in the situation that I'm in today. So guys, let's dive right in. I don't even really know where to begin with this prison story. But guys, for one, don't ever go to prison. I learned a ton when I was there and throughout the entire process, and it was living hell, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But again, it's why I'm here, and it's how I learned to build websites. It was the very first website that I ever built. I guess you could call it drop shipping, but it was actually drop servicing, I guess. I built this site on Yahoo Stores, which is no longer around. I actually was trying to find some things on it, but I was unable to do so. I found a couple images was all. But basically, guys, back in, it was either 99 or 2000, I was on a website that was very similar to eBay, and it was called Ubid, And I actually did find a little bit of info on them. Um, and again, guys, this is why I call you kids and everything. And this is another reason why I tell you guys that I've done it all. Um, but so this website was called ubid.com, and I used it quite extensively because I was buying and selling computers. And I was on there one day and I saw someone selling Office 97 um, at a really low price. And I'm like, I wonder if he has any more. Because my mind is always thinking and racing with ideas of how to make money. And that's what this channel is normally about, guys. If you are new here, welcome. But this channel is about making money online, and I've been doing it for over 25 years. Obviously, as you can see, from this dated websites and everything. But anyway, so I'm on there. So I reached out to the guy and I said, "Hey, do you happen to have any more at that price, or can I get stock or what have you?" And to the best of my knowledge, I think he said no, because then I'm like, the ideas in my head. I'm like, if I can find these anywhere at that price, because guys, I was buying the software for like pennies on the dollar. So I went over to eBay and did a search and found a guy who was again selling this stuff extremely like cheap. And I'm like, something's not right here. But anyway, so I reached out to him and he responded. He's like, "Yeah, I can get as many as you need." And I'm like, what did he just say? So, long story short, kind of, this guy was in Utah. Never met him or anything. So I just bought a couple of these to see actually what they looked like. And guys, if you were to go into Best Buy, like right now, and well, you can't buy Office 2000 right now, but guys, it was packaged with the warranty cards, the holograms, all of it. And I actually did find a picture. So guys, as you can see right here, I was selling Office 2000. That's what I sold the most of. And when I say the most, I'm talking, the case ended up being $11 million. Now that's retail sales, but when you're getting indicted and you're getting ready to go off to the big house, they base it off of that. And if I made another video, it says $850,000 on Google Ads in 4 months. I'll put a link down in the description or a card or something. That's how much I was spending. I mean, I made $850,000 profit in 4 months. No, I take that back. It wasn't profit. But I would say $600,000 of that was profit. So I'm losing my train of thought now that all of this is starting to come back to me somewhat. But again, it was an $11 million case, and so he sends me the products, and I'm like, damn. I mean, I'm thinking to myself that, like, I have no idea that this stuff is counterfeit. Being dead honest, and it's what I told the FBI. And yes, I said FBI. The FBI raided my house on three different occasions. I'll tell you about the first occasion. I was with my second wife, and she has two beautiful twins, boy and girl, who are now like 22 or 23 years old. But at that time, they were basically in their high chair still. So I always, I shipped everything myself. I boxed everything, the priority mailboxes, all that stuff, guys. I did everything, as I still do today. But so I probably have like 40 different boxes in the back of my car inside my garage. And it's early in the morning. Probably like, I want to say the sun wasn't even out, because I would drop them off at the post office on their back deck. I already paid for the shipping and all of that, so they were all ready to go. Long story short, as we know, my long story shorts are never short. I opened my garage, and I got about a quarter of the way out of the garage, and boom, there was a guy on my left, a guy on my right, and 11 cars, undercover cars, and a couple were normal cop cars, boxed me in, drug me out of the car, and I couldn't say anything. And then they proceeded to go in and raid our house, with the kids there. And I'm talking like ransacked the shit out of it. And I have no idea, because I'm going down to jail, or I don't even know where I'm going. I have no idea what's really going on. I had a feeling that something wasn't right, because I had a guy from Texas shoot me an email or whatever he did. And he's like, hey, is there any way that I could purchase 500 of these? It was 3 or 500 or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Where did you want me to send them or whatever? And he's like, well, I'm actually going to be in town. So I was thinking I could just swing by. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. But anyway, I think he came to my house, and he ended up not buying it. And now that I look back on it, and obviously, after it happened, I'm like, that guy was an informant for the feds. He was seeing what I was doing. And a funny thing, when they raided my house, when they were raiding the house and I was down in jail or whatever, there was a package, two huge boxes with like 500 Office 2000s in there, and 500 of something else. It might have even been 1,500. But the FedEx guy came and tried to drop these off. Now they shouldn't have kept those boxes, or even opened those boxes, but they did. And all of the software was there, guys. Just a complete nightmare. Obviously, there's way more to this story, but I don't want to make a totally long video. Although, in my opinion, it's very, very good content. But basically, guys, I was indicted, and I didn't even know that the feds were watching me for over a year and a half. And they told me, they said, Mr. Barnes, do you know that you had the biggest website selling Microsoft software in the world on the internet back in 99 or 2000? And another funny thing is once I got sentenced and I'm doing my time, well, it's about a week of doing my time. My first cellmate, you have 4 cellmates to at first. I guess it was like the first couple of days, actually. So I'm talking to one of the guys in there who's in my little cube thing there. He's like, "What are you in for?" And you know, obviously, you guys all we all ask that of one another. And I said, "Oh, selling software, blah blah blah." A couple of weeks go by, and he's like, "Hey, what was the name of that of your company?" And I said, "Software Brokers." And he's like, "Dude, you sold me like 10 copies of Office 2000. Now, how crazy is that?" Um, but anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this story because I've told a couple of people about this over the years, and recently in the last couple of years, one of my buddies was like, "Hey, I want to do that." I'm like, "Are you out of your freaking mind? I wouldn't tell you how to do it to begin with. You would risk going to prison for, I mean, my original sentence, guys, was 3 years in federal prison in Florence, Colorado, at the Supermax, which is where the Unabomber is held. And I'm not kidding. Now, I was in the camp. I'm sure you guys have heard about the camp. Guys, I want to tell you right now, the only difference between a camp, now there's 4 prisons on this in this complex. So I'm in the camp, and then there's like a USP, and then the AdMax, which is where the Unabomber is, and blah blah blah. You have to get a job when you're there. So I got in landscaping, and which was great because I could drive around and in a golf cart, if you could believe that. Like cleaning up trash, and we worked on the little farm down there. We were growing pumpkins and blah blah blah. And lo and behold, if there is not a driving range and golf course, not 20 feet from where we used to grow the vegetables and stuff. And I could have walked right out. Well, but obviously I can't because there's guys in towers and all that. But I mean, I could see them hitting golf balls. That kind of broke my heart. And I told myself that once I got out, I was going to go back there and play that golf course, which I never did. But when I was driving around on the complex and stuff, we would go to the Supermax right outside it. And guys, I'm talking there is like 4 rows of razor wire, and these guys in the Supermax, they don't see the light of day. I think they do for maybe an hour a week or something like that. Maybe it's an hour a day. It depends on numerous factors. But I could hear the guys in there screaming and yelling and all of this stuff. And I mean, it gives me chills right now just to even think about it, guys. I guess one of the reasons I'm making this video is just to let you guys know that don't ever do any shady shit that's going to get you in that situation. Because, I mean, obviously my kids were extremely young. And, I mean, obviously, I would have, when I first got there, I wanted them to come up and visit me. And my ex-wife was like, she's like, "No, we're not doing that." And I'm like, "Well, we can make it just seem like I'm like in college or something like that." And now that I think about it, I mean, what a stupid thing to even think. Like they wouldn't know where I was. And speaking of where I was, guys, my second wife, she drove me up there. I was able to self-surrender, which a lot of people aren't able to do. And another thing was that the prison was only about an hour away from my house, but I could have been sent anywhere in the United States. I cannot thank God enough for letting me be able to stay in Colorado, because my mom and my dad, hey, did you hear that? We just had an order. One moment. On the real Caddyshack. $45 make you holla. Anyway, my mom And my dad couldn't really take it. He came up there a couple times, but my mom, I swear to you, it seemed like she was there every weekend to visit me. And it's almost to the point where I'm going to start crying. I apologize. Anyway, guys, I said it wasn't bad. It was fucking bad. I just hope that you guys, if you're watching this video, your freedom, our freedom, is all we have. And when that's taken away, guys, it's fucking horrible. Now, I wouldn't change anything because it is where I am. And I accepted, all these other guys that I was in prison with, all they did was bitch about how they didn't do this and they didn't do that. They don't know why they're there and this, that, and the other. On the other hand, was the guy who was like, I did what I did. It was all greed, guys. Because, like I said, I didn't know. I had no clue at first that this stuff was counterfeit. After about 3 months, 2 or 3 months, I learned that it wasn't real. And I continued selling it. And it was just because of the money. Guys, again, if you watch that other video, or if you don't, guys, I was making $5,000 to $7,000 a day in profit. The guy in Utah, I was wiring him $30, $40, $50,000 a week for software. I mean, my checking account had like $300,000 in it at all times. Straight cash. It blows my mind that I feel like that wasn't even me. Absolute insanity. So basically, guys, I mean, I'll kind of end it because I know this is long, and maybe I'll continue in another video or what have you. But they sentenced me to 3 years at the Supermax in Florence, Colorado. You can look it up if you'd like. But fortunately, by the grace of God, I was able to get in the drug program. Now, I've done every drug in the book, and I struggled with alcohol back then and all of that. But there was really no reason for me really maybe to get in the program. And back then I was smoking cigarettes, and you could actually smoke back then in prison. You could actually buy them. That had gone away when I was about 5 months in, where you couldn't do it anymore. But in order to get into the drug program, to get time off of your sentence, you could not smoke. So I heard that I was going to get accepted. And I went out to the little smoking area or what have you. And there's like 10 or 12 guys there. And I had been praying like no other the night before, et cetera, that I have to quit smoking, because if I get caught smoking, I'm kicked out of the drug program and I'm going to have to do the entire 3 years. So anyway, I walked out to that smoking area to have a cigarette, and I had no craving whatsoever. I quit smoking right then because of him. If you guys don't believe in the man above, I suggest you start believing, because he has helped me out in many, many ways. But anyway, guys, I was able to get into the drug program, and I ended up doing 16 months in federal prison, which I wish upon nobody. I mean, I think everybody should go to prison for like a week to understand why you don't want to be there. Guys, I mean, I could go on and on with different stories. I mean, I saw people not murdered in there, but beaten to a freaking pulp they put a lock in the sock. I mean, this happened like maybe 2 months I was in there. Next to me, the cell next to me, one of the guys was just transferred from one of the high security prisons because he had been there like 20 years or something, on good behavior or whatever. So they bring him down into the camp. Well, this guy, someone pissed him off, and all I remember is hearing the lock smacking against this person's head. There was blood freaking everywhere. And I was scared to freaking death. If I didn't say it already, don't do anything to be in the situation that I was in, guys. You do not want to be there. My second wife ended up filing for divorce. While I was there, I had about 3 months to go, which I guess is pretty typical, because they get scared when you're closer to getting out. They don't really want to be a part of it. So she divorced me when I was in there. And I remember being out on the landscaping crew, and I hid behind a wall outside of one of the very secure prisons. And guys, I must have sat there and just cried for 45 minutes straight when I found out that she was divorcing me, and just everything. Anyway, I'll kind of leave it at that. But I remember, I mean, when I got out, guys, obviously one of the happiest days of my life. I didn't even think that day would ever come, but my dad picked me up, and obviously it's not, you have to do, you have to go to a halfway house, which you have to be taken to immediately. Luckily, my mom's office was on the way, and so we just ran by my mom's office real quick, just to give her a hug and say hello, and then my dad took me to the halfway house, which was almost just as bad as frickin' prison. You got these little guards in there who think that like they're frickin' the FBI and everything. It was a nightmare, guys. Absolute nightmare. But again, I wouldn't be here today had I not done what I did. And I mean, that was my first website that I ever made. And I thought it was a cheesy website or what have you, and I was getting the sales from Google and all that good stuff, guys. But that's how I learned how to create ads on Google. And that was basically when Google Ads came out. So, yeah. And if anybody's wondering, I owe Microsoft, and I'm still paying to this day. And I'll be paying it for the rest of my life, guys. I owe them, I think, $294,000 as it sits right now. And I pay them every month. And, but anyway, if you're still here to the end of the video, I really don't even know what to say. But I will say this. I will be making another video that pertains to affiliate marketing and drop servicing and print on demand and all that stuff, guys, coming up soon. The reason why you haven't seen this beautiful face recently is because I've been caddying since Sunday. I was off yesterday, but it's so, after I caddy, that many days in a row, I'm tired, guys. Plus, I go to the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 days a week, blah, blah, blah. But I will be making another video, because one of my subscribers, you know who you are, followed some of my advice for an affiliate product, and he was able to get a sale, which I'm so happy for him. But it's great to hear those stories. So, Anywho, guys, that's maybe what the video might be about, but I'm also thinking about leaving YouTube. Not leaving YouTube, but I'm pushing all of my content over to Rumble because I do not like the different things that is going on with YouTube right now. I don't like censorship, guys. Free speech matters, and YouTube, YouTube, in my opinion, is going to be. I don't see YouTube around for I don't know. I would say in 10 years, maybe even less, YouTube won't be around if they continue doing what they're doing because everybody's leaving the platform, including me. Kind of. I've already begun pushing my videos over there. It takes a long time, I guess. They were saying it could even take a week, depending on how much content you have. So, if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, that would warm my heart if you did that. Same name, Silent Cash Cow. I don't know a lot about Rumble, and I've never really posted a video, but I am learning about it. And obviously, they don't censor what you talk about. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little story I had for you. And again, guys, get out there and make that moolah, but make it legally. Please, 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 please. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful upcoming weekend. And I will see you on the next video. And again, I don't know when that's going to be because I have to caddy tomorrow. And then Tiger Woods will be here on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I caddy in that tournament, which is, I mean, it's great to see Tiger Woods basically right by my side. So anyway, guys, I love you all. And again, hopefully, if you're still here, like, comment, subscribe, and do all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next video.